Hey everyone, my name is Blake Cadwell. I'm the co-founder at Soundly.com, and I also write a blog at hearsoundly.com. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to turn your AirPods Pro into a pretty good pair of hearing aids. And I just recently went through this process, so I'll walk you through some of the experience and a step-by-step on how to go through the process of customizing your own AirPods. We'll do this in just a few minutes, so hang with me. So obviously this is an image of me with my AirPods, and I recently took them on a trip. I used them as hearing aids, and what I found was they're not as good as prescription devices, sure, but they're pretty good. And if you don't have a pair of hearing aids or you're looking for a place to start, this can be a pretty reasonable option. But you'll need to do a few things to kind of unlock those capabilities within your AirPods Pro. So let's get into it. I'll just share my screen. As you might know, if you're looking up this video, AirPods recently came out with AirPods Pro 2. There were some interesting updates, including a new chip and several new features. But there are really two steps that you'll need to go through in order to turn your AirPods into a pair of hearing aids. The first one is you're going to want to take a hearing test that integrates with Apple Health. Now, I suggest the Mimi hearing test. Mimi is a well-respected hearing test and testing app. Essentially, you just download this app. I think we link in the guide to the app. It'll take you through a process of testing your ears. You'll essentially tell the app whether you're hearing certain beeps and tones, and then it will produce an audiogram for you. Now, Mimi integrates directly into Apple Health. So after you go through the process, you'll give permission to Mimi to connect with your Apple Health kit. It'll drop in the audiogram into Apple Health. So that's step one. Now, step two is you're going to need to tell Apple that you want to use that audiogram for your AirPods. So these are the steps, very simple. You go to your general settings, you go to accessibility, click AirPods, then click audio accessibility settings, and then you go to headphone accommodations. Hang with me, just a couple more steps. Turn on headphone accommodations, and then you'll have an opportunity to click Tune Audio 4, and you can say audiogram. And if you have an audiogram loaded, that should work and be presented to you. So now your AirPods are connected to your hearing profile. Whether you have a hearing loss or you have normal hearing, it's going to be connected to your personalized hearing. Now, step two is really important if you do have hearing loss, because AirPods Pro will allow you to go into transparency mode. But what I found is that the volume is very quiet. So transparency mode is nice, and if it's customized to your hearing loss, that's also nice. But if it's not loud enough, it's not giving you any benefit. So you'll need to turn your transparency mode volume up. And these are the steps to do that. So you'll go to accessibility again. You'll click audio visual. You'll again click headphone accommodations. And then you'll go click down at the bottom, transparency mode. Then you'll get to a screen that looks like this. You'll have a volume bar. I pulled mine all the way to the top. That's where I found it was actually giving me the most benefit. You can play with this. Maybe you want it at 75%, 50%, depends on your individual hearing loss. I found I needed to go all the way up to get kind of hearing aid-esque benefit. So if you're trying to set this up as a hearing aid, you might want to try going 75% or higher. Then you can scroll down further on that page, and you can make a couple other adjustments. You can reduce ambient sound, which will make your, just focus you more on voices. And then you can also toggle conversation boost, which focuses your AirPods on the person in front of you. I also did that, especially as I was traveling, talking to the concierge at the hotel, things like that. So those are the steps you need to take to turn your AirPods Pro into hearing aids. Pretty simple, should take about 5 minutes. And you'll get a sense for what hearing aids sound like. Again, not perfect, not necessarily a replacement for a prescription device, but a pretty strong option for anyone looking for an easy entry point.